Hey guys, Andrew here. Today we're going to take you through an unboxing of a brand new 1/18 rock crawler from Panda Hobby called the Tetra X1. This car has a whole host of fantastic features packed into a 1/18 scale car. So let's get into it, unbox it and show you what this car has. Let's go ahead and get into the box and show you what comes with this great car. So a nice package, we get our instruction manual, which is actually really detailed. So I think this is kind of skipped over a lot of times. Let's get a decal sheet with that. But the instruction manual is kind of skipped over a lot of times with ready to run cars like this. This instruction manual does include the full assembly instructions for the car. So as if you were building it from a kit, you get step-by-step assembly instructions for the car. This is great for the customer. It gives them the ability to look at how assemblies are put together. If they need to rebuild or work on something, perform some maintenance, they'll have the complete instructions to show them how to put it together correctly, what length screws to use, and just generally the maintenance on the car is quite easy when you have pictures to show you how to put it together. At the back of the manual it also has all of the parts listings with the part numbers, as well as an exploded view of the whole car with all the part numbers as well. So nice and quick to find your spare parts and the part numbers to show you what you need. Let's actually get this out of here. Comes well packed. Bit of foam around the car. Let's get this out of the way. Battery, box. So, car comes well packed in foam. Let's open up these boxes first of all. In this car you'll get a small pack of tools, wheel nut wrench, Allen wrench, just to work on the car, get the wheel nuts off, some of the basic screws on there. USB charger for the batteries. On the battery front you do get two 7.4 volt lithium ion packs. So it's a nice little feature that they actually chuck in two batteries instead of just the standard one, and obviously your AA batteries for your remote controller. In this other box over here we have our remote controller, and the remote controller that comes with this car is actually quite nice. Let's move that to one side. Now this remote controller does have some controls in it that are a little bit new, not quite seen on a lot of crawlers of this size. With this car you get not only your dual rate and your steering trim, which are pretty standard fare on most 2.4 gig transmitters, but you also get a light control switch and also a gear selection control switch. So you got low, medium and high speeds. So low speed would be great for young kids learning how to drive or someone driving it for the first time. Medium's obviously a bit more performance, and high speed is full performance of the motor. You also get your light control switch. So there's LEDs on the front of the car, headlights and tail lights. These are controllable by the switch, and tail lights also come on when you're putting the car into reverse. So just like a real car, it lights up. So I think once we pop the top off this car and go through some of the details, you'll soon realize that scale detail and attention to detail are paramount in this kit. The looks are fantastic for the size, and there's a lot of detail under the hood. So let's get into that. As you can see, the street appeal of this car, the scale detail is fantastic and second to none really. Very scale looks, a lot of attention to detail with things like door handles, mirrors, LED light bar. It's got a functional rear tyre mounted to the back of the car, front and rear bumpers, you got your headlights, tail lights and your light bar on top, as well as scale looking wheels, hubs and tyres on this car. So let's go ahead and take the body off, show you some of the neat features that are inside this car. In a crawler, this small scale detail is obviously super important, but performance has to come with that. A car that looks good but doesn't do anything and doesn't perform well is going to be a bit of a flop. So performance has been a key throughout this car, and we'll go through some of the neat features that are included with this truck. So starting with the wheels and tyres, I did mention the scale looks, but they're actually quite functional. Internally, there is actually weights around the rim to help the car have a lower centre of gravity. So when you're crawling over rocks and the big obstacles, the car's going to want to tend to grip and stick to the ground a lot more than flip over. So that's a nice little feature. It has steel chassis rails, again, same thing with the weight, low CG, as well as durability. Aluminium oil-filled shocks. These actually are filled with silicone oil, so you can tune that with oil weight depending on the terrain that you're going over or the type of crawling that you tend to be doing. It does come with a 2.4 gig radio system, an integrated ESC and receiver unit. It is brushed 51 turn 180 size motor, and it has an aluminium motor mount section as well, again for durability. The servo in this thing actually has a lot of speed and torque. So we've done a bit of testing with one of these. I was really impressed with the response of the steering servo, not sluggish whatsoever, and has plenty of torque when the car's crawling over and getting jammed up in awkward positions. Plenty of power to kind of overcome that. And to give you, correct steering feeling and precision when you're trying to drive it. Down back is where the battery mounts. This is like a floating mount off the chassis rails. Like we said before, it's a 500 milliamp lithium ion pack. JST connector, so standard style connector there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We've covered all the features of the car. High performance, performed really well for a 1/18 scale crawler, capable of a lot larger obstacles than you may first think. So really, all in all, a fantastic car from Panda. As you can see from the features of the car that we've gone through today, as well as the overall scale appearance, great lights, and some really great features on this car. A lot of value packed into this. Overall should be a fantastic rock crawler at the size. Something that has some great points of difference compared to other cars on the market.